There we go, and we are back. God, I missed you guys. Guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? You guys digging the lights, man? I got some all new set lights here. Been kind of switching things around for a couple, 3 days here. That's why I haven't been here, because of work. Friggin' work. You take a couple of days off. I mean, literally, I had some time off last week. That's why you saw my pretty face for the last, for like several days in a row. And then you go back, and what is it? It's a complete shit show. Has anybody taken time off? Probably all of you. And it's not their fault. I mean, they're trying to do the best. I get it. But it's like, why bother? Just work every day. It's like, why bother? Because you can't replace components like that so quickly. It's got to revamp everything all over again. But happy Tuesday to you in the midst. Actually, I think it's over now. In the midst of this New England heat wave that everybody keeps bitching about. Why, I don't know. It's like a week out of the year, meatball, up here in Connecticut, that we get situations like this. And when it's 20 below, the same people come out. And they're screaming and yelling that, they don't like what's going on. It's a balmy 93 here in Middletown, Connecticut. So, guys, happy Tuesday to you. It's a very interesting day today. It's National Upcycling Day. Where did they get these days from? I have no idea. Upcycling, it's relevant to what I'm going to talk about. Upcycling is the process of repurposing old recyclable products into something new. It kind of sounds like our mentality. It kind of sounds like us as people. And that's what transformation is. But what they're talking about in upcycling is like using like plastic containers for pots and, kind of tree hugger stuff like that. But when you're dealing with upcycling and reprogramming, I got an amazing segment. Every segment to me is amazing. Why? Because it gives you guys some breadcrumbs. It gives you guys some a different perspective on what we've been taught. If you break down the word, like I was just talking to Tori before I came on, and she was talking about something going on with a television network. I say break down the word television. Television. What television means is somebody else is telling you their vision, and you can believe it or not believe it. And a lot of us have spent decades believing not necessarily what the television has been telling us, but our situations in life, that this is it. This is our lot in life. It absolutely is not. But with tonight's segment, we go on and we create these what they call coincidences in our life, and we start blaming life for our troubles. But as many times as I say here on America's Mentor, you have to look in the mirror. If you don't like what you see, you got to change the reflection, and life will change the circumstances from it. So out of the quote box tonight, and I'll get to my point here with a great segment on coincidences and why they happen in life. It's not a why, it's because they happen in essence. But you can believe it and or not through my television. Maybe help you guys understand a little better. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. I love Einstein's theory on that. And people are saying he was an atheist. he understood physics and Catholicism and all the isms out there were basically all in the same ratio. But you could not dare say that back then. That was blasphemy. Whereas I've been blasted by a guy on YouTube saying, don't listen to this fool. I'm like, that's fine. God bless you. You want to be, ignorance is bliss. I respect that. You do what you want to do. And when you're dealing with the belief, that's why it's so hard for people to transform. When you're dealing with the belief system that's been implanted in our subconscious so deeply, it's hard to rewire. Now, I'm going to get into that tonight. Rewire the mind to do something different. And there was a guy, and I'll debate whether. Well, here you go. I'll get right to the cheesecake of tonight's segment. There's a guy, I'm not sure if he's in Spain or Portugal. I've talked to him a couple of times, not personally, but through messages. He basically left the psychology. He's a doctor, he's a psychologist overseas. After a decade, he got fed up with not helping people, just moving them along to come back within a couple of weeks. He said, wait, we're not helping people here, we're just bringing them back. Hence what I brought up on the last segment last week with Freud and Adler about how psychology is basically a business. I respect the business. If it helps people, that's great. This guy got so fed up with it being a psychiatrist and prescribing all these medicines that are not really helping people, they're just dragging them along in life. what transformation is. And what he realized after he left the field and became a content creator was, wait, we want to make people better. That's why they call it wellness, not sickness. We want to make people better in life. And I love him. You can check him out on Instagram. His hashtag is Rewire with Jake. And his question in the reel that I saw, that I complimented him on, and saying to him, God bless on this new path, you're going to do great. He said, why do bad things happen to good people? I asked that question many times as shit was hitting the fan. Many, many, many times. Because I'm saying, wait, I'm a good person on the inside. I got all this integrity, you know, but yet all these things keep happening. Things keep getting taken away. Here's his take on it, and this is what made it so powerful. And maybe it'll help you guys understand, because I think we're all good people. I really do. No matter, you know, you thug life. I think deep down within, we've just been programmed, and our belief systems had this malware in it. To actually have a belief system that life is bad and hard and a struggle. I get that. I was there, Meatball. I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly for decades, that life was hard and a struggle, and only the 1% make it, and if you don't have a degree or some kind of thing, you can't do this and that. Until I changed that, there wouldn't have been the couple of novels that I've written. There wouldn't be where I'm sitting here today. And people think, you know, the educational system gets them there. No, it's yourself. However way you do it, your own beautiful, unique way. And Rewire with Jake went on to say, that's at Rewire with Jake on Instagram. Take a look at him. Why do bad things happen to good people? The universe, listen to these words. The universe doesn't run on morals, it runs on laws. That was the punchline. That was like, bam. To me, that was the epiphany that hopefully is given to you guys to realize it doesn't matter if you're a good person. I mean, the universe is going to give you who you are. And this is why he left the field, because he wasn't showing people who they were. He was just prescribing them to keep being what they were. Therefore, you will never get better. And he just didn't like it. I love that concept. And to me, that's balls. Good for you, man. Good for you. He goes on to say, I'll repeat again, the universe doesn't run on morals. It runs on laws. That to me is physics 101. It will change your life when you understand that. Just like gravity, it all works the same. It doesn't care if you're kind, innocent, or even a baby. It's still going to work the same way. Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions create your what? Vibration. And that vibration creates what? Reality. Think about what he said. And then think about your life in general. If you can analyze your vibration, what you're emitting every day, you'll realize, hence the coincidences, as Einstein said, the way of God remaining anonymous, the reason why things are happening in your life. I couldn't have said this 20 years ago because the evidence from the physics level wasn't adapted yet, or it was hidden or suppressed, or it was in a library buried somewhere. But now with the internet, there's no more excuses for not getting what you truly desire in life. It just takes a shift in your energy or what you're emitting every day. He goes on to say, if your energy is rooted in fear, guilt, lack, etc., 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 that's what you'll keep pulling in. Hence, you magnetize. Those three particles, your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, are magnetized basically to the third power. And your life is basically structured around your belief system, how you feel about yourself and how you feel about life. Indeed, he goes on to say, the universe doesn't reward good, it reflects frequency. To me, it's just like, if I was at a concert and he was the star, I would have rushed the stage and gave him the biggest hug, because, I mean, really think about it. I'll say it again. The universe doesn't reward good, it reflects frequency. You could be the most honest, loving, caring, giving. It kind of sounds like a lot of us, huh? Really, I mean, this is who we truly project out to the world as far as what we show other people. But what he's talking about, like I always say, open the hood. What's going on the inside? What has television done to you, or life done to you, to program your deep inner thoughts and beliefs about yourself? And this is what he's getting at. You want to stop the train wreck, you've got to put it on a new set of tracks, man. You've got to understand that you are the conductor in life. And my next show about going into even deeper in this, which is I'm still gathering the info, and hopefully I'll be able to bring it on to you guys tomorrow night. But really think about what Jake said. The universe doesn't reward good, it reflects harmony. If you want your life to change, stop asking why me and start asking what energy am I in. Few people will do that because they're so used to television. They're so used to seeing what the world has given them so far. What the world has given you so far is what they call a synchronicity, hence a coincidence. Synchronicity, a sign from the universe. These events can indicate alignment with your subconscious that are connecting to the same energies. You know, all your questions can be answered with a true, direct reflection of what you're thinking about, feeling about every day, and reflecting to the world every day. Hence what you're seeing in the mirror. And you know, you close the door of your home, what goes on the inside of your home? That's the true you. If you can analyze that, you'll realize what kind of coincidences, hence synchronicities, you are creating in life. And I'll mention the last word again. Life doesn't give you what you deserve, it gives you what you match. I mean, really? This is beautiful, because he depicts and articulates exactly how creation starts from nothing into something. And physics proves that now. The quantum field proves that now. Not religion, not any ism. There's no deity outside of us that is projecting our future. We are the divine energy projecting and predicting our own prophecy, just by how our reflection is of the world every day that nobody can see, whether it's behind closed doors, they call it in Scripture, in your closet, or what's going on inside of you. The outside world doesn't see that. It only reflects from it. Life doesn't happen to you. It goes through you. So anything you desire and or don't want in life, and you're projecting that energy on a constant basis, life can only give you that. And it should put a big old smile on your face, understanding that you just got the secret before there was a secret that wasn't given to you because it was a secret. This is why they edified and they edited the Bible and took all these stories out of there, because it would have gave the people too much power. I'm not some conspiracy theorist or meatball. I'm just showing you what physics has uncovered to prove to you with physical matter that the energy you emit creates the matter that you're living in. And it's a beautiful rendition that he gave to us. And I'm not even done yet. It's just phenomenal. Think about this. Life doesn't happen to you, but is created through you. I had mentioned that before. He actually said those words as well, and he brought them out with great clarity from what he stated in that reel. It was only like a 30-second reel that told us that basically you can stop all the shit from hitting the fan if you stop throwing the same shit at the fan. You have to realize, where's that quote from Matthew? I want to share with you guys. And I'm not going to read it throughout, what they were saying in Scripture, because it's got thou and ye and all that. I'll make it very simple. But you, when you pray, enter your closet, your mind. And when I'm not trying to depict the saying here, but I might have to. And when thou hast shut thy door in secret, which is what we do with our thoughts every day, and thy Father which seeth the secret, hence your creation, what you're feeling every day, shall reward thee openly. You're just being rewarded. That's from Matthew 6:6. You're just being rewarded with your thoughts every day. You're just being rewarded with whatever you're emitting every day. And it's really, it almost sounds repetitive, but not redundant. This is how you change, is become repetitive in that new mindset. Because from that new mindset, you create a new belief system from that mindset. And then you start creating a new reflection of who you are as a person. When you can gather that, when you can really understand that you have the power to change worlds, not world out there, but your world in here, which would be a direct reflection of the world you're creating out there. It's hard for people to grasp. I get it. It's hard for people to really, and I finished with my notes early here. This is all just ad-libbing here at America's Mentor. Life is an amazing process if you will allow it to manifest. If you have the patience to Choose the life that you want, that true desire of your life, of love, success, peace, whatever. And you keep telling a vision to yourself every day, however way you depict it in your thoughts, your words, your deeds, however it may be. Your life is gonna start molding around that, because you just reprogrammed 90% of your brain, which is phenomenal. You start using the 10% to reprogram the 90%. Hence the storage of the file cabinet. You change the Xerox copy machine, what it's printing every day, and the reflection of the reality that you emit to. It should give you a big, nice, juicy kiss on the face, man, to realize that you have the power. You have the control. It's a matter of choice whether you want to use it. We all have the same power. There is no 1% anymore. It's 100% of us having the same exact tools in our mental toolbox, but never shown how to use them. The 1% of people, the so-called elitists, or whatever you want to call them, and I don't give a flying shit what you call it, but they just learn how to use the tools, and they created lives above and beyond we could ever think of. That's the problem. You got to think you're worthy to receive it. And it took me years to figure that out. You got to believe that you can have what you truly desire. And don't get grandiose on stuff that you know that it's not in your heart. If it's in your heart, it's going to be on your lap, man. You can create that. You can see it in your mind. You're going to hold it in your hand. You're going to have everything you desire, but it's a collective conscious choice to mentally rehearse it, practice it every day. And when you get to that point and realize that you're just a mental machine telling a vision about yourself, life is saying, okay, let's reflect that vision back to you. You change the program. And the next show I'm going to get into mental codes, because basically our mind is full of malware. If you really think about it, life has shown us that it can corrupt us in so many ways if we allow it in there. That's why scrolling now is basically a reflection of your thinking. It's amazing how you're being tracked 24/7. This is great. It's a great example that you guys can use for yourself. When you're scrolling through your social media, what keeps turning up? Is it positive things? Is it negative things? Is it like gory plane accidents and shit happening all around the world? Is it news of depressing notes? This is where the internet follows everything you do. It's got a mind of its own. And when you start seeing what you're scrolling, this is not random stuff here. It's a reflection of what you're thinking about. So gather it for yourself. Change the program. When you change the program, you change the television of your life. So really grasp it for yourself, guys. I'm going to read that really quickly one more time from Rewire with Jake. Please follow him on Instagram. Guy's a friggin' genius. I love it. I think of this, but he articulated it in the most beautiful way for you guys to get through it. Here's the simple reel that came out. It says, why do bad things happen to good people? I mentioned that before. The universe doesn't run on morals, it runs on laws. Just like gravity, it all works the same. It doesn't care if you're kind, innocent, or even a baby. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions create your vibration, and that vibration creates your reality. If your energy is rooted in fear, guilt, lack, etc., 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 that's what you'll keep pulling in. The universe doesn't reward good, it reflects frequency. If you want your life to change, stop asking why me and start asking what energy am I emitting. Friggin' beautiful, guys. Enjoy your Tuesday. Really rewind this television that I just gave you today about and try to grasp it for yourself that you are one step away from a life that you've always wanted if you understand the kind of life you're emitting. And you can just reprogram the computer. You can recode your concept about life and realize it for yourself. You're going to have the most amazing life created day by day by day by living in the present moment that creates the next moment and the next, guys. So enjoy your Tuesday. America's Mentor _radio on Instagram, at America's Mentor on Twitter. Why am I on Twitter? It's just a big political shithouse. I don't care. At America's Mentor on Twitter. Guys, follow me on YouTube. Much love, as I always say and have been saying for the past several weeks, from YouTube, especially promoting me. Hashtag America's Mentor. Subscribe and share. Be inspired. Be yourself. Be love. Be the best you. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.